Most people hear the word automation and they think, okay, I need to be a developer for this. I need to know how to code. You don't. I'm going to show you how to build automations that small businesses will pay you $100 to $500 for using a free tool and zero coding, not one line. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to build, who to sell it to, and how much to charge. Let's get into it. Welcome back to AI Hustle Lab, the channel where we turn AI and SaaS tools into real income for students and beginners. No fluff, no fake screenshots, just tools you can actually use today. If that sounds like your kind of channel, stick around. This one's a good one. So first, what even is Zapier? In plain English, Zapier connects your apps together so they talk to each other automatically. That's it. That's the whole idea. Think of it like this. You know how annoying it is when you have to copy information from one app and paste it into another one over and over again? Zapier kills that. It builds a bridge between two apps, and once that bridge is built, stuff just happens on its own. Here's a real example. Every time someone fills out a form on your website, Zapier can automatically add them to your email list, send them a welcome email, and notify you on your phone, all without you lifting a finger. No copying, no pasting, no remembering to follow up. It just happens. Now here's why this matters for making money. Business owners are drowning in repetitive tasks, copying leads into spreadsheets, manually posting to Instagram, chasing people who haven't paid their invoice. Every one of those tasks costs time, and time is money. If you can save a business owner 5 hours a week, that's not a small thing. That's easily worth $200 to $500 to set up. Because they're not paying you for an hour of work, they're paying you for the hours they get back every single week, forever. That's the entire business model we're building here. You learn the tool once, you get paid over and over for setting it up for different businesses. Let's talk about the 3 automations that businesses will actually pay for. The first one is lead capture and follow-up, and honestly, this is the easiest one to sell because almost every business has this problem. Here's what it does. Someone fills out a form on a business's website, and instantly, 2 things happen automatically. 1, their info gets added to a Google Sheet, so the business has a clean record of every lead. 2, they get sent a welcome email right away, so they're not left hanging. The apps involved are simple: Typeform or Google Forms on the front end, connected to Google Sheets and Gmail on the back end. Here's how you'd build it, step by step. First, you create what Zapier calls a zap. You pick your trigger, that's new form submission from Typeform or Google Forms. Next, you add an action step and connect it to Google Sheets, so every new submission drops into a new row automatically. Then, you add a second action step, connected to Gmail, that sends a pre-written welcome email using the person's name and details from the form. You test it with a sample submission, make sure the row populates and the email sends, and then you turn the Zap on. Done. That's the whole build. Who do you sell this to? Any business with a contact form. Coaches, service businesses, real estate agents, literally anyone who's ever said, I keep forgetting to follow up with leads. Charge for this one $150 to $300 as a one-time setup fee. It takes you maybe 30 to 45 minutes to build once you know what you're doing. That's a really good hourly rate.
The second one, social media auto-posting. This one's huge because almost every small business struggles with consistency on social media. They know they should post more, they just don't have the time. Here's what it does. The business saves their content, photos, captions, videos, into a Google Drive folder. Zapier automatically picks it up and posts it to Instagram or Facebook on a schedule. No manual posting, ever again. The apps involved? Google Drive on one end and a scheduling tool like Buffer or Later on the other end. Here's the build. Trigger, new file and folder from Google Drive. That means every time the business drops a new photo or video into that specific folder, it kicks off the automation. Action step. Connect that to Buffer or Later and set it to automatically queue the post based on their content. You'll want to set up a naming convention with your client, like putting the caption in the file name or in a paired text file, so the post text carries over correctly. Test it by dropping in a sample file and checking it lands in the queue, then turn it on. Who to sell this to? Restaurants, boutiques, gyms, anyone who posts inconsistently or admits they keep forgetting to post. Charge $100 to $200 for the setup, and here's the smart part. You can add an optional $75 a month for ongoing management where you help them organize content or tweak the schedule. That turns a one-time sale into recurring income. Third one, and this is my favorite because it pays the best. Invoice and payment reminders. Here's what it does. A new invoice gets created in Stripe or PayPal. If it's still unpaid after 3 days, Zapier automatically sends a polite follow-up email reminding the client to pay. No awkward phone calls, no forgetting. It just handles it. Apps involved, Stripe or PayPal, connected to Gmail, with a Google Sheets tracker running in the background so the business can see the status of every invoice at a glance. Here's how you build it. Trigger. New invoice created or invoice payment failed from Stripe or PayPal. First action, you log that invoice into a Google Sheets tracker with the client name, amount, and due date. Second, you add a delay step set for 3 days. Third, you add a filter that checks if the invoice is still marked unpaid. If it is, Zapier sends an automatic follow-up email through Gmail. If it's already paid, the Zap just stops, no email goes out. You test it with a sample invoice, confirm the timing and the filter work correctly, then you turn it on. Who to sell this to? Freelancers and small service businesses, photographers, consultants, contractors, anyone who's ever had to chase down a late payment. Charge $200 to $400 for this one, and it's worth every penny. Why does this one pay the best? Because the ROI is direct and obvious. If this automation recovers even one late payment of $500 or $1,000, the business owner sees exactly what they got for their money. That's the easiest sale you'll ever make. Okay, so you know what to build. Now, how do you actually land your first client? Use what I call the free audit strategy. You offer to look at their business for free, no strings attached, and show them exactly where they're losing time. People say yes to free a lot more than they say yes to a sales pitch. Where do you find these businesses? Local Facebook business groups, search your city plus small business or entrepreneurs. LinkedIn, search for local business owners and just message them directly. And Nextdoor, that app is full of local service businesses who barely have any online system set up. Here's the pitch in one sentence. Save this, write it down, use it exactly as is if you want.
I help small businesses save 5+ hours a week by automating their repetitive tasks. Can I show you where you're losing time for free? That's it. Low pressure, high curiosity. Most people will say yes just to see what you find. Let's do a quick recap. Automation 1, lead capture and follow-up, $150 to $300. Automation 2, social media auto-posting, $100 to $200 plus recurring management. Automation 3, invoice and payment reminders, $200 to $400. And the best ROI story of the three. 3 automations, 0 coding, real money on the table for businesses that need this right now. If this video helped you see a new way to make money with tools you already have access to, hit subscribe. I'm putting out videos like this every single week, showing you exactly how to turn AI and SaaS tools into real income. And here's your homework. Comment the word automate below, and I'll share the exact scripts I use to pitch clients, word for word, no guessing. See you in the next one.